Okay, there we go. So I'm not going to start all over. I'll just give you guys a replay. I had brain surgery due to a brain hemorrhage on Christmas Eve of 2023. Yes, just about 4 months ago. I got out of the hospital and said it's time for me to hit the ground running and share as much information as I can because I've been very, very blessed by some very, very wealthy people to learn money concepts. I retired when I was only 22 years old after working a job for about 90 days, graduate of Morehouse College. And I say I retired at 22, but thanks to this scar on my head, I was reborn at 48. Okay. So we're using April as financial literacy month. That's what they call it. So I said, man, if I got a second chance and the man upstairs blessed me to get a second chance, what am I going to do with it? Well, I'm going to share these gifts I have. I'm going to share these nuggets I have. I'm going to use these platforms and help as many people who want to learn understand that you can be wealthy. So simplicity with a C means create, increase, multiply, and protect. That's the CIMP. Create, increase, multiply, and protect. So I'm just doing a bunch of different giving a lot of people free access to this wisdom that was passed down to me. Because believe it or not, information a lot of times is not taught in schools, but it is passed down from people who are in fact wealthy. So yesterday or the day before, I talked about the C, which is how to create money. You guys can go see the replays on extradigitmovement.com and click on replays. Again, that's extradigitmovement.com and click on replays. The I stands for increase. What about a cash infusion, right? What would some extra money do for you right now in your life? How would you actually feel if you had some money come in residually every single day and every single month, and you did something one time and you got paid over and over again? So we talked about how to increase your money yesterday. Today, we're going to talk about multiply. And tomorrow, same time, same Zoom, we're going to talk about protect. And I might just wrap it up. No, it's too early in April. I might have to come up with something else for you guys. Wink, wink. So tomorrow, same time, same Zoom, I'm going to tell you how to protect your money. Let's multiply tonight. Now, the reason I like the M in simplicity, and we say it stands for multiply, is because the multiplication of your money really is simple. It takes a mentality first. So let's do it this way. I want you to write this down. If you're not investing, you're not even on the road to wealth. That's the first thing you got to understand. Now, this is the easiest concept to explain, but it's the hardest for people to comprehend. Because you've been taught that investing is risky. You've been taught that you could lose money. You've been taught that everything is a scam. And scam stands for still confused about money. The reason this can't be a scam is because I'm not asking you for anything. I'm just sharing with you how money works. Yesterday, we talked about semantics and perspective. So I'm just giving you some semantics and some perspective on how money works. But the hardest thing to talk about in the investment world is money, right? And why is that? It's because the things you have to unlearn. Here's the reality. I'm gonna give you just some facts. Most Americans retire and end up having to get a part-time job. I'm not knocking it, I'm not judging it, but I see people 65 and 70 years old who work a part-time job and they call it a retirement job. The reason for that is because during their working years, they did not invest enough. I'm not saying it's their fault. I'm just saying whatever the situation was, they didn't have enough to invest, or they did not invest enough to have their non-working years continue with the same way of life as their working years. In other words, here's a note for you guys. Jobs don't pay you more when you leave. Jobs don't pay you more when you leave. So if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're working, you're going in every day and you're struggling, that means you have a work ethic. You're not lazy. You don't miss work. You don't call in sick a lot. You work. You're the hardest person there a lot of times working, and you still struggling. When you stop working, do you think things get better? They don't. That's a farce. That's something they sold you. That's why they call retirement the golden years. They're painting a picture for you that is unrealistic. How is retirement the golden years when my health actually gets worse as I get older? So I need more health insurance and my bills go up because of inflation year to year, but my income is going down and I was struggling when I was working. How are the years golden? They sold you that. That's what they sold you. So here's my thing. If you're not investing, you're not even on the road to wealth. That means you have to invest as much as you can realistically while you are working so that in your non-working years, those investments continue and your lifestyle doesn't change. So again, I'm not here to ask you to invest in anything. I'm just giving you semantics and perspective and terminology, right? If a person decides not to invest, what you're ultimately saying is, I will work for money for the rest of my life. That's what you're choosing to do. Now, one day you're not going to want to work. I know you feel like you're Superman and Superwoman and you can do whatever you're doing for the next 50 years. One day you're not going to want to do it. One day you're going to want a new house, maybe. One day you're going to want to travel the world, maybe. One day you may have to help your children, maybe. One day you may have to help your grandchildren, maybe. So why don't you have some non-wage income that's pouring in that you aren't working for? And the way to get non-wage income is to take your wage income and put it into assets that produce non-wage income. Let me say that again. You got to take your wage income and put it into income producing assets that produce non-wage income. Here's a quote for you guys. Something has to work, just not me. Something has to work, just not me. So I figured out at 22, I didn't like doing what I was doing. I figured out at 22, I said, wait a minute, wait. Let me give you guys some history. When I was 22, you know what my job was for the bank? I was called a construction lender. I had opportunities to go into homes before they were built and watch them go from 0 to 60. And every now and then, my supervisor, because I don't believe in bosses, but the person above me in the hierarchy would give me the access to the high-end subdivisions. Ooh, in Atlanta, boy, that's Country Club of the South. That's where Whitney Houston was living. And that's Sugarloaf, where all the Atlanta Falcons, back then, Deion Sanders and the Braves and Andre Rison and Dominique Wilkins. And oh, back then, boy, if you were in Sugarloaf, you had it going on. Well, here I am, a 22-year-old kid working at a company. I can't give you guys the name, but they call it the Bank of America. And I would go into these homes and watch the developer turn the trees into lots. Then the developer would sell the lots to builders. And then the builders would sell the lots to the end user, which is the consumer. Well, I was the person that went in with my little khakis and my little golf shirt and tucked in real nice and clean. And I would go into the mansions and homes and say, okay, the lawn is in, appliances are in. When the appliances go in, you're about ready to get your keys, right? When the lawn is in, you're about ready to get your keys. But before that is the sheetrock, got it. Paint, got it. Electricity, got it. The AC and the compressor outside, that means you're getting close. When that compressor goes in, because people steal those. When those appliances go in, because people steal those. And when that lawn care goes in, because you don't want to mess up the grass, you getting close to getting the keys to your brand new house. Well, I had a problem. I'm watching mansions go up, and I'm at work going, I'll never be able to get this. That was my problem. I'll never be able to get this. And then I look at my pay stub and I'm like, this I ain't never gonna get one of these. Now, here's what happened. This is when I learned investing. Every now and then, with my khakis and shirt tucked in, nice and clean, I would bump into the homeowner. Middle of the day. Middle of the day. Hey, I'm Brian. I'm with Bank of so-and-so. Can't give you guys the name of the company, but they call it the Bank of America. And I'm here to do your inspection to make sure that the builder is getting the draw to continue building. See, that was my job. So I had a checklist, AC unit, paint, and then the builder gets another big check to finish the project. So for those who don't know, when you build your house, the builder's getting like a line of credit. So if I don't sign up on these things, he don't get another draw. I'm in there, man, and the homeowner will bump into me. We ready? I'm like, yeah, you got your AC unit, you got your compressor, you got your floor, hardwood, you got your marble in, you got your back then, your granite countertops, you got, and then I would stop and say, ma'am, can I ask you a question? I ain't supposed to be doing this. What the hell do you do? I could get fired for that. You ain't supposed to have no business asking nobody nothing, right? But me with my 19-year-old self, I couldn't help it. What do you do? Everybody either owned a business on the high end or was an investor. Not one person said, I gotta hurry up and I gotta get back to work. I'm on my lunch break, just checking on my mansion. Nobody said that. They would take their time, have the time they in flip-flops, walking around, just dreaming about the subdivision and looking at their dream come true while I'm going back and going, I'll never be able to afford this. That's when I learned about investing. They had money working that they didn't work for. Here's a news flash in case you missed it yesterday. Work and wealth are not synonymous. Plenty of people work that are not wealthy. Plenty of people are wealthy that don't work. Those two are not the same. So when you understand this mentality that something has to work, just not me. Quote number 2. Quote number 1 was, if you're not investing, you're not even on the road to wealth. So the question becomes, when are you going to start multiplying your money by investing? Why don't I have no money to invest? Well, if this is your first time watching me, you got about, 5 or 6 other videos you can see on our website, extradigitmovement.com. Click on replays, and we show you how to get money. But for the sake of this conversation, you got to start having the investment mentality. Don't worry about the vehicle right now. Don't worry about the how right now. Worry about the why. Why do you need to invest? Because statistically, 67% of the population retires depending on federal government, friends, and family. That's over half the population will need some help after 50 and 60 years of work, 40 and 50 years of working. $500 a month would have kept most families from filing bankruptcy. If they had an extra $500 coming in, they would not have filed bankruptcy. And you stand up here asking me why you need to invest? You can't afford not to invest. Listen, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a Series 66, whatever, 67. I don't have a degree in finance. I don't have none of that. But I'm worth 7 figures. So what I'm saying is, I'm not giving you financial advice, and I'm not telling you what to invest in, and I'm not telling you I can offer it, but I can show you how to create a net worth that puts you in the top 5% income earners in the country. So I'm giving you education. I'm an educator. I'm not an advisor. Don't want to be. Too much schooling. You got to be way too smart. I like partnering with people who are way smarter than me. Right? I'm not a broker. I don't even know why it's called a broker anyway. Think about it. Why do we give our money to brokers? Are you broker than me? Just something I think about every now and then. It's just these words, they're a trip, ain't they? You giving your money to a broker? I'm just playing, y'all. Don't take it personal. So let's take the emotions out of it. Let's take the emotions out of it. Everyone knows math, right? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, exponents. Most people spend all of their working years adding and subtracting. They add and they subtract. They get a paycheck and the paycheck is taken away from by their bills. They get a paycheck and the paycheck is subtracted from by their debt. So they added some income and then it got taken away by other people who view you as the investment. Did you hear what I just said? See, to your power company, you're an investment because you bring residual income to the company. Whether you turn the lights on or not, there's a standard rate that brings that company some residual income. So you're an asset to them, right? You're income for them. They are a liability for you and they are an expense for you. I'm gonna break this down in a second. So same thing with your cable bill, same thing with your internet bill, same thing with your streaming services. Same thing with anything where you got money and then somebody else figured out how to get it from you. You add it and then you had to subtract. Now, I'm not saying we don't have bills, right? I'm not saying we don't have expenses. Don't misunderstand that. I'm talking about take out your emotions now. On the balance sheet and on the income statement, that's where your investment mindset has to come in. So what I had to do is figure out, okay, how do I get some investments that bring me money in my sleep? Because the power company and cell phone company and internet company and mortgage, they're making money in their sleep. So if we all making money, why don't we both make some money while we sleeping? I just wasn't gonna let the power company and the internet company and the cable company sleep and I'm awake all night worrying about how to pay somebody that's sleeping. I couldn't do it. So I had to figure out quickly, okay, I need some sleep money. Well, the only way to get sleep money is to get dividends. Let me get some capital gains. Let me get some royalties. Let me get some residuals. Let me get some rental income. Let me get some non-wage income so I can get some sleep money. Let me learn about these vending machines. Let me learn about these parking lots. Let me learn about these tenants. Let me learn about some commercial real estate. Let me learn about some appreciation. Let me learn about some quarterly dividends. Yeah, so I can sleep. If your bills are coming in a circle, your money can't come in a straight line, people. So if you spending all your working years adding, subtraction, adding, subtraction, addition, I work, subtraction, pay bills, pay bills, pay bills. At what point do you let the eighth wonder of the world, I didn't make that up, Einstein made that up, only one of the smartest people they say that ever lived. When are you gonna let the eighth wonder of the world kick in and you make money with multiplication and exponents so you can get some dividends? They ain't catch that one. Don't worry. they ain't catch that one. Don't worry about it. That went over some of y'all's head. When I walk away, whenever you see me step away, that means I feel like I said something. And it just whatever. All right. So you've been adding and subtracting your whole life. When you gonna multiply? When you gonna grow your money exponentially? When you gonna get some dividends? That's the keyword, divide. Anyway, the purpose of this is to get you to see that the eighth wonder of the world works against most people because you add income to your household and then they multiply it by putting interest on your mortgage, interest on your student loans, interest, right, on your car note, interest on your credit cards. So you add and then you gave it to somebody else to multiply. You got to flip it and have entities give you money that you multiply. So remember, they used to trick me in school with this, right? Elementary school. Brian, what's 3 times 3? 9. What's 3 to the third power? 9. Nah. That little 3, see that little 3 in the corner, that hit different. 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. When you learn exponential growth and exponents, your math start to math in a totally different direction. So that's what you got to do. Now, I told you, everything is mindset. There's 2 things I teach, right? I turn your instincts, mindset into income, money. I turn your instincts into income. So that's the mindset you got to have. Brian, I'm scared to invest. Well, it depends on what you invest in. If somebody's bringing you something with astronomical returns that you've never heard of before, and it's high risk, depending on your age, don't do it. But there's certain things that you can invest in, right, that have been around 50, 60, 70 years, that if it falls apart, so does the whole country, so does the whole economy. Some things are too big to fail. You can at least start looking in that direction. The S&P 500, only the top 500 companies in the world, all put together in like an index fund for you to get percentages of. You can work your way to the S&P 500, or you can invest in funds that invest in the S&P 500. I'm giving you an example. I'm not telling you what to invest in. Warren Buffett said it best. If he has to do it all over again, the S&P 500 has averaged like 8% for years, like decades, almost a century. So if he had to do it again, park the money there and ride it out, right? So I'm just giving you examples of why you can't be afraid to invest. I'll be honest with you. You can write this down. You need to be afraid of not investing. You need to be afraid of not investing. That needs to be your fear. Man, I don't have no non-wage income. Man, I don't have no money coming in that I'm not working for. Man, I don't have any residuals. Man, I don't have no royalties. Man, I don't have no dividends. I'm gonna be working the rest of my life. That was my fear. That was my concern. Put this in your notes. I should be scared of the alternative. I should be scared of the alternative. So here's what I want you guys to remember. I put this in my notes so I won't forget. Let me pull this up. Write this down. Your income helps your cash flow. I talked about cash flow on the previous webinar. You missed it? extradigitmovement.com. Click on replays. Your income helps your cash flow. Your assets help your net worth. Let me stop there so you guys can get this. Your income is what is going to help your cash flow. Your income is money coming in. That's why they call it income, right? Your cash flow is how long that money stays with you. So I'll give you an example. You can make $1 million this year. That's great income. But if your expenses and your bills are $2 million, your cash flow is -6. See, put this in your notes. Cash flow is a time measurement, not a dollar. That's what people miss. How are you cash flowing? Yeah, you got great income. You got the nice golf course membership. You got 2 nice cars in the garage. The third garage got your boat in it. You got a big house. You make $1 million a year, but you overextend it, and your expenses are $2 million. So you're -6. Brian, what you mean -6? Think about it. They upside down. If the calendar is 12 months, that's $2 million in expenses, but the bills are 1 million. I'm sorry, the income is 1 million. You're broke by June. So you -6. From July to December, you don't have any money. Now, if you ration that out across 12 months, you're -6 in a cash flow cycle. Cash flow is a time management. How long does your money last? So you're adding, but you're subtracting. Just as soon as it comes in, it's out. So your income and cash flow are measured on your income statement. Write that down. Your income statement. That's what's going to determine how much you have to invest. You see how that works? That's what's going to determine how much you have to invest, your income statement. So you know how long your money stays with you. And when your money starts staying with you for a long time, it's time to put it to work. And remember, something has to work, just not you. So your income is staying with you a lot longer. That means you don't need this income by the time your next batch of income comes in. This income should be getting what? Invested. I'll tell y'all a true story real quick. Don't laugh. This is a true story. 45 seconds or less. I remember I was so broke. I'm serious. At one point in my life, I was so broke. I found $20 in my pocket. Y'all ever find like some money? You like, oh, when you reach in your pocket, you like, oh, that's paper. Oh, you start celebrating, right? I was so broke. I'm like, that ain't no receipt. It feels like $1. I pulled it out. It was $20 that I found in my pocket. Do you know the first thing that came to mind? I was so broke that the first thing that came to mind was, who didn't get paid? Who? Who? When you so broke that when you find a 20, you not used to having it. When you so broke that you find some money and the first thing you think about is, wait a minute, subconsciously, I'm not used to having no extra money. Somebody didn't get paid this month. And look, I started panicking. Wait a minute, somebody $20 short. I had to snap out of it. Wait a minute. Brian, you so broke that extra money means you not used to it and you shouldn't have it. Right then, I wrote down my favorite 2 words. Never again. My cash flow was that bad. See, your cash flow is measured in time. Some people have a net 90. That means what they do today lasts 90 days. And they can go 90 days without making another dollar. That means they have plenty to invest because their cash flow is positive. Some people have net 30. Some people have net 7. I got to go this week. I got to get paid next week. I'm going to work that week. I got to get paid next week. Or their house starts to fall apart. Some people have net 24. That's the person you see at Home Depot. That's the person you see outside of Home Depot that wants to know if you got some work today. Is anything I can do for you today? Can I help you do something today? Ma'am, can I help you build a shed today? I noticed you got a lot of stuff in your cart. What are you building? Can I help you today? Day labor, net 24. I don't work today. I don't eat today. So when are you going to get to a point where your net is 3 years? Where if you don't do nothing for 3 years, you and your family good to go. When are you going to do something where your net is infinity? It's infinite. Because of what you did 5 years, it'll make money for you and your family for the rest of your life. You don't think that's possible, do you? It is with investing. So income helps your cash flow. Assets help your net worth. A lot of people confuse income with assets. That's why they're not investing, because they don't understand your income creates the cash flow that's necessary to free up so you can buy assets that raise your net worth. Income creates cash flow. That cash flow then buys assets that increase your net worth. That's how you become a millionaire. Because now the assets you have on your balance sheet are more than the liabilities you have on your balance sheet. So people say, well, Brian, you just got your 5th piece of real estate. Congratulations. I said, thank you. I said, what was the financing like? I'm like, well, I paid cash for it. You paid cash for it? Yeah, I went ahead and paid cash for this one. because now I can leverage it. It's worth 3 times more than I paid for it. So I went ahead and paid cash for it. There's no loan on it. There's no lien on it. I own the whole thing outright, free and clear. So if I want to, I can go borrow against it. Oh, I leveraged the asset with no debt because I didn't need a bank. So it increased my net worth because I had the extra cash flow from my income. Reverse engineering. The person that introduced you to this video and told you about it can show you the strategies that we use and the companies that we have that back us with this strategy. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I made a lot of mistakes with money. I learned from those mistakes, and I make sure you don't make those same mistakes. And I partner with smart people who continue to increase my assets with my investments. So you thought you was gonna come in here and I was gonna tell you what stock to get. That ain't my job. Plenty of people out there way more qualified than me to tell you about the stock market. I partner with people like that. You thought I was gonna come in here and tell you about real estate. That ain't my job. I partner with people who know way more about real estate than me. I just have the cash flow to buy some. Man, I thought you was gonna come in here and talk about crypto. I know people that are way better than me at crypto. I just know that it's a part of my pie or my portfolio. See, if you don't understand the terminology and have the right mindset, you're gonna look at everything as a loss anyway. Brian, oh, Bitcoin just went down. Well, it went down depending on when you bought it. To some people, it's still up. If you bought it when it was 3 cents and now it's 64,000, woo, 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 woo. It dropped to 61,000. Yeah, it dropped to 61,000 for the person that bought it at 64,000. It didn't drop to 61,000 for the person that bought it at 3 cents. See, it's all about your perspective. So I got to meet you where you are. I'm not here to give you investment advice. I'm here to give you terminology and perspective. All right, last thing. So your income statement is your income minus expenses equals cash flow. The cash flow is what you're going to use to rotate down to your balance sheet. Your balance sheet is your assets minus your liabilities. How much you have coming in versus how much you have going out equals your net worth. So here's the challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the problem. A lot of people, more people than we would like to admit, have on the income side one item, and that's their job. And on the expense side, they got 15 items. How in the world is one item gonna fight 15? So you got a job, that's it. No job, no business, no side hustle, no dividends, no capital gain, none of that. Your only income source is your job. But you got everything over here on the other side called expenses, and it's like 15 or 20 of those. How you gonna win? And you're not investing, so all you ever have is a job. That's your income statement. Most Americans, on their balance sheet, they ain't got no assets. Nothing they own free and clear. No precious metal, no cash value in life insurance, no land. They don't own their house. A house is complex because it's on both sides of the balance sheet. It can grow, it can appreciate, but at the same time, let your AC compressor go out. Let your water heater go out. Let your roof need repairs. Let your floor need repairs. Does the line need to be cut? Do you have a light bill? Do you have a water bill? Do you have a gas bill? Do you have internet? See, that house get real lopsided. So most people don't have no assets, but their liabilities: Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, student loans, mortgage, second mortgage, car, 1, car, 2, debt, 10 or 15 items, assets to offset it, 0. And y'all wonder why I got out of the trauma unit and hit the ground running. Y'all wonder why I had all that time to think about it in the hospital. Man, Brian, what's your gift? What's your gift? What's going to be God gave you a second chance. What's going to be your lasting impression on this planet? If the man has seen it, the man upstairs would have seen it fit to take me, what will people remember you for? How will your legacy be infinite? Well, you looking at it. So you looking at it. So get with the person who introduced you so we can show you how we go from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 to 8-figure net worth. How we have partnerships, how we develop this mindset, how we keep each other connected, how for pennies on the dollar, you can start playing this game and then remember and start to remember that investing is a mentality. And you got to stop thinking that everything is high risk, because the risk is not investing at all. All right. For those who don't know, I'm live again right here, man, at 8:30 tonight. At 8:30 tonight. I'm going to show you guys more details into our partnerships, how the investments actually work, what it takes to actually invest, who our companies are, who our strategic partners are, how we get paid. 8:30 tonight. In basically 50 minutes. I'm on this exact same Zoom, 727-056-0658. Password is wealth. 8:30 right here tonight. Can you believe it? Right back. And I'm going to show you guys all of our partners and how everything works. 727-056-0658. That's zoom.us. Our password is wealth. I'll see you guys at 8:30 Eastern to break it all down. Have a good night.